Good morning. Waking up, and I thought maybe today I would talk to you guys about my morning basket, which sits right here. And what it actually is holds all the things I use for my morning routine. So let me sit down at my desk here. And I will show you what is happening. All right, so I use a method called the Miracle Morning. And I will post the links to that in the description below. But here's where I keep all my supplies that I use for my Miracle Morning routine. So I'm talking about The Miracle Morning by Elrod. I think I'm saying that right. Elrod. But The Miracle Morning by Elrod. And I came across this system when I was going through some mourning regarding the passing of my mom, and this really helped me just kind of get out of my head a little bit. And I'll have a grief video that talks about some other things that helped me, but I just wanted to go over the Miracle Morning today. So Miracle Morning, they have an anagram. Is that the right word? Anagram? Savers, S-A-V-E-R-S. So S stands for silence, A for affirmations, V visualization, E exercise, R reading, and S scribing. By the way, this is a Chic Sparrow B6 Slim notebook if you're curious. So I have been using a little app myself that I'll run through. I named it Miracle Morning, and it just gives me my steps I'll run through. So the first thing I actually have in my morning routine is stretching. So I added just a few quick other things to get my morning started. So first I stretch, then I drink water, and then I start with my silence. So I use the app called Headspace for meditation. And, you know, some days I quit halfway through, but I try. I try. And it really helps me even if I can't get through it, because my head, like, the thoughts never stop. So that's silence. And then I will do my affirmations. So I used to use a little notebook in here, and I just printed out a blank notebook and I would just write them over and over again. But this year I am using this little notebook. Same thing I came up with, and some of these I got off Pinterest, 4 different little affirmations, and I write them out. So this is one of my favorite. My life has purpose. My story is important. My dreams count. My voice matters. I was born to make a difference. So I will just write one of those each day. And that is my affirmation. And then from there, usually this isn't part of the savers, but I will go in and I have a little printable here. I believe this is from Annie Plans. Yes, Annie Plans printables. And every month, I just make a little list of things that I want to make sure I get done. So the first few: diffuser, miracle morning, stretch, exercise. As you can see, I've been so bad about my diffuser, but I can write down the days I do my miracle morning, and my exercise has tallied off there. And look, September, it was so good. Okay, so anyways, and I love, love, love this notebook, and that's why I want to incorporate it every day, because it just makes me feel good. So after the affirmations, we have visualizations. I am not great at that, but I just close my eyes and try to visualize. I was visualizing for a while the mountains, because I do have a dream one day of living in the mountains. And right now I'm just visualizing my she shed that I would like to have within the next year. So I have a place all my own that my kids don't bring their stuff to. Okay, so after visualization is exercise. Now, I don't include that in the time in the morning when I'm doing my morning routine, because I just want to get into a rhythm and don't want to break it up in the middle for exercise. So the next thing I do, I call study time, and I will do my devotion. And this is my grief devotion, and I have been going through this for 3 years now. And again, I will talk about this in a grief video, but this was one of my favorite devotions ever. And it's a Christian devotion, but it helps me regardless. Okay, so then for my study time, I will read something that is more of the nonfiction variety. So this year I've been going through the Happiness Project, and what I've been doing is I've just been reading the chapter. So when she did her June, I read this in June. So I just read one chapter a month. Just felt like that was what worked for me. Or this is my new book I've been reading, Bright Line Eating. And I used to be such a reader, but it's so difficult for me in this season of my life. So, I might just read a chapter a day, or even less than that, 10 minutes. And then, so I allow myself 10 minutes for my study time. And then I'll finish by reading one of these meditations in the Daily Stoic. And this has been all the rage among like online Instagrammers, YouTubers in the past few years that are productivity, improve your life. I'll be honest, it's not my favorite devotion. Like, it's very, obviously it's called the Daily Stoic for a reason. And I'm realizing as I go through this that I'm not a Stoic. So I might give this to my son next year. And, I as a perfectionist, it's very difficult for me to be like, oh no, I haven't read this for 3 days, I need to catch up. But this year I made a vow that it didn't matter. I was just going to read the day of. If I hadn't read for a week, too bad. So that's what I've been doing this year for my study time. So after my study time, I have writing. So I've been using this notebook currently. If you have heard of morning pages, and I'm going to forget the book that came from, but I can try to list it before. And again, a lot of these things I learned from another YouTuber. A lot of these ideas, like the morning pages, I learned from other YouTubers, specifically Amy Landino, I think is where I first heard of both this and the Daily Stoic, but then also Llama Letters, Cindy Guntro Baldo. She has, actually she's one of like the first YouTubers I really started following a lot. Anyways, so this is just free writing every morning. The idea of it was that you would free write whatever's in your head for 3 pages, 3 notebook pages, just to get your creativity flowing and get all that junk out of your head. I only do 1 page a day, and I have to stop myself from making it more into a journal-like, and remind myself it's just supposed to just write everything that comes in your head, even if that's, I can't think of anything, I can't think of anything, I can't think of anything. So that's my morning pages. And then the last thing I do is read. And you will say, you already read, but these are just short things I'm trying to get through. So the last thing I do is actually read a novel or something that I'm trying to get through. Right now, this is what I'm reading. It's pretty good. Again, I just wish I could devote more time to reading, but the phone has ruined me. Anyways, so I'm reading this right now, and I'm also been listening to Oprah's book, What Happened to You, which is really great. And especially I like the audiobook because Oprah and her co-author are talking back and forth, and that's really great. So that is my morning basket and my morning Savers routine based on the Savers program. Anyways, and then I have, I'll show you what else is in my basket. All right, just quickly show you what else I have in here. Just a bookmark. And then I have some random pins in here that I can use for writing my morning pages. I showed you everything. I have an extra notebook in case I need to jot down some thoughts. And then also in here, just some more random bookmarks, my old name tag from work, and some things I, randomly think that I need to do and then I don't follow through on.